Testing, testing. We'll get started here in just a minute. We're going to get started here in just a second. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for joining us this morning. Welcome to our June quarterly coffee. I am gonna do a little bit out of order here. We've got a brand new member who'd like to introduce herself, but she has got an appointment and some upcoming things. So I'd like to invite Hallie up here, and she'll introduce herself and her business, and then we'll get back to the agenda as planned. We just want to give her an opportunity to share who she is and about her new business. So welcome, Hallie.
Hi guys. Sorry, I've been up since 5 moving dresses and had to take an hour break for this tornado siren that came through, so that's really fun. But yeah, my name's Hallie. I'm bringing Georgette to Clear Lake, where we sell luxury wedding dresses on consignment. So any girls that are looking for like a luxury dress for less, they can come to me. I'm by appointment, so make sure they reach out to me through my website or my number. And then I have open hours. I have one pop-up a month, open hours during the farmers market. Okay, so spread the word. Thank you guys. Are there any questions though for me? Because I'm sure I'm forgetting something. Yeah.
Was this in Perry originally?
No, this is brand new. Brand new. Yes, there could be something like it. But I'm working with retailers that don't normally do this because the dresses are around $4,000 to $6,000 each. I'm selling them for around 1 to 2. Any other questions?
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Sorry to copy and pass, but I'm gonna keep setting up. Thank you guys.
Hallie has won a couple of pitch competitions through the Papa John Entrepreneurial Center as well, so we're excited to have her. Yes, the Papa John Center is great. We're so grateful to have them. Well, welcome everyone. I'm Stacy Doughan with the Chamber. In case you haven't met me before, thank you for coming to the quarterly coffee. I'll just give you a little lay of the land before we get started. We'll have lengthier updates from the school, city, and EDC, and then we'll move into the rapid fire portion where, just like Hallie did, you guys get the opportunity to have your 2 minutes at the night to share what you've got going on in your world. So from a chamber standpoint, we are in the thick of it. If you got my email the other day, you probably saw that I was in and out and in and out and in and out between graduations and state track, and then one of my daughters got married. So I just want to give a huge shout out to my team because they handled everything like I wasn't even there, and I don't know if that's a good thing for me that they handled everything like I wasn't there. But I'm very grateful that I was able to, unplug and just be present in that season of my life. So thank you to the chamber team for that. We can give them a hand. Stop it. Since we met last, we've had a few successful events come down. We've had our Earth Day. Try Clear Lake was another success. It was a bit cold, so we had to cancel the swim, but still great participation. And of course, we had our third Thursdays on Main last night. I was looking at the tracking data, and we had over 8,000 people the first week. So we averaged about 7,200 people per week last year. So to come out with 8,000 people, that was so great for that event. And of course, right around the corner, not that we're worried about it at all, is the 4th of July. So if you haven't signed up to do bingo calling, you need to do that, right, Amy? Yes.
That's today.
Yeah,
Sign up.
we still have a few open bingo spots. It's a great fundraiser for us, and obviously in the midst of our capital campaign, those bingo funds will be useful to help continue to construct our building, which if you have been down by 306 Main Avenue, it's a bit of a mess, but it will look really good here pretty soon. They'll start framing up the building, and we're hoping to get back in there before summer of next year. So very exciting. From a programming standpoint, our social media power hour continues to be standing room only. So if you are in marketing, or you help with marketing, or you are a business owner who doesn't know what to do with marketing, we really encourage you to come to Social Media Power Hour. It's a great group of people who just collaborate around how to get their story told online. And that is first Friday at
9, but this next coming one will be the 2nd because the 4th is the Friday.
Okay, so second Friday in July at 9 at the Wellness Center. We do like RSVP, so we can just set up enough chairs. That's really it. So we'd love to have you join us for Social Media Power Hour. We also, since we met last, graduated our last cohort of Lake Leadership graduates. So if you are a graduate of the 2025 Lake Leadership Program, will you please stand up? So Lake Leadership is our flagship educational program that essentially uses the community as a classroom, where you can learn about all of the inner workings of economics, business, government, that type of thing. We go on a lot of adult field trips through lots of different businesses that you wouldn't otherwise have the opportunity to tour. So if you're interested in Lake Leadership, we do have that application open now on our website and on social media. So get signed up. We only take 22 class participants every year, and it's a great way not only to learn about the community, but to get connected with other rising leaders within North Iowa. And one of the great things that we did at graduation this year is we discussed an alumni program. So if you happen to be an alumni of Lake Leadership, we're going to start to have some alumni reunion types of activities. We got some great feedback from our graduates as well as some alumni already, and we're looking forward to launching our alumni program. Another thing that we did since we met last is we selected our scholarship recipient. So I'm really excited because she's here with us this morning, and I'm going to invite Melinda up. So Melinda Bortman was our Chamber Scholarship recipient this year, and I will tell you, we had an amazing pool of candidates, and Melinda has some exciting future plans, and she's going to share those with you.
I'm Melinda Bortman. My plans for next year are to attend Iowa State University. I'm going to be studying computer science and business, and I'm also going to be part of the university's honors program.
Not to put her on the spot, but does anyone have any questions for Melinda? Melinda spoke at Rotary yesterday, and she's done some, just beyond being very involved in the school, because that was a very humble introduction. She was part of the robotics team that went down to the World Championships. They were 5th in the world in one of their competitions. She also started a Lions Lunchbox program, which is an endowment to try and cover the cost of the debt of the lunch balances at the school. So this is a great opportunity to say, She's trying to create a $25,000 endowment. She's raised $5,000 so far. So if you're interested in supporting the Lion Lunchbox Endowment, you can send your check to the Clear Lake School Foundation, and that will help cover the debts of students who were unable to pay for their lunch bill. Anything else that I missed? Okay, let's congratulate Melinda. I am excited to move along in the program, and so if you look around, Jeff G is not here this morning, but we do have our new superintendent joining us this morning. So I'd like to welcome Ian Dye up here. So do I need to tell him you have to stay on the white spot right here?
Got it?
Yep. And we will test his time scale abilities against how Doug handled the time scale abilities, and Nelson, and Chad. So welcome, Ian.
Thank you very much, Stacy. So Stacy's been one of the most welcoming, as you probably have guessed, people to me as I've joined the community of Clear Lake here. Melinda actually was one of the first people I ever met at Clear Lake Schools, aside from the front office team. I walked in for the interview here this last winter, and they paired me up with a student who I thought was like a student teacher or something, because of the maturity and the knowledge and everything she brought. So thanks for helping me get involved here at Clear Lake Schools. Super excited to be joining the community here. Actually, July 1st is my first day on the job, but I've had already a bunch of amazing opportunities to participate and sort of explore and enjoy the community. I want to let you know that I'm really excited about professional partnerships as we can work together here at Clear Lake through the school. Who here is a product of Clear Lake Schools? Who graduated from Clear Lake? We've got a ton, right? Fantastic. And something that's important to me, really important to me, is that we recognize that our current 12th graders, our current 8th graders, our current 4th graders, our current 1st graders are the future business leaders, entrepreneurs, community members here at Clear Lake. And one thing I've been thinking a lot about over the last few years is that one of the biggest exports that Iowa has is young, talented people. Right? We send a lot of people out into the country, and not only does that need to represent Iowa very well, but we also need to help those young people realize that there is an amazing life and living available for you right here in North Central Iowa, and just to help them open up their eyes to that through our career and tech programs and that kind of thing. So I want to keep highlighting that for our students and keep pushing that into the schools. Real quick anecdote here. When I moved to Orlando, Florida, to work for a few years before I came back to Iowa to be a building principal, and I was in the central office in Orlando. I was in the main office, and a delivery came in, one of these, like, assemble your own whatever's with an Allen wrench and that kind of thing. And the secretary said, okay, I'm going to call the maintenance team, or we're going to hire someone to build this desk or whatever it was, this assemble thing. And I said, well, I tell you what, over lunch, let me come down to the main office and I'll help you build that. I got time, that's what I do. And she goes, you know how to do that? And I said, where I'm from in Iowa, everybody knows that. I don't think our young people realize how special it is to be from Iowa, right? To have those skills and abilities. So I'm excited to be help partnering and supporting that. Obviously, huge things happening at Clear Lake Schools. I'm going to do my very best to keep you updated on those kind of things. I'm coming back next week for a construction meeting related to our Performing Arts Center. Right now, we're looking at trying to get it done for $15 million, and I kind of tweaked it down from 17 was last I heard, so we're kind of in the midst of that. So exciting things happening at the schools. Again, I don't have that much on the agenda yet, just because I just got here. But I do want to let you know that my vision and expectation is to have a safe and happy school that pushes kids to be their best. And there's a lot of ways that I do that, through our distributed leadership, through operating with strong communication with community, with families, with teachers, and that kind of thing. But I guess the most important thing to kind of share as part of that process is that as we push students, I kind of bring this up a lot. So if we want our students to be the best they can be in math, the best they can be in engineering, the best they can be in communication, the best they can be in behavior, our job as a school is to put them into situations where they are a little outside of their comfort zone. It's like if you want to become a better runner or a better flute player, or you want to become a better robotics team member, right? You need to be put in situations that push you outside of your comfort zone, but we're there to support and structure a learning opportunity that will help you grow in that capacity. And that's what I believe about school. That's what I believe about being a part of the community. And I'm just super excited to be here, and I'm grateful for your welcome. I look forward to meeting all of you.
I just want to take a moment. I know Doug's not here, but if you look back over how many years he's been here, 9 years or so, it's just some of the transformative projects that have happened within our school district. And Clear Lake is in a good place, and now Ian gets the opportunity to continue to build upon all of that good work that's been done. So I just want to thank Doug for his time here in Clear Lake, and welcome Ian, and looking forward to seeing what the future looks like in Clear Lake schools here coming forward. All right, up next we have Mayor Nelson Crabb to give an update on what's going on around town and in the city. He's the one who doesn't stay on the spot.
Giving me thunder and Ian, you're my man. I spent 20 years in middle school, junior high, and you're not an educator until you've experienced many years with middle-aged kids. They know when you're doing the best. They know when you're doing the worst, and they'll let you know. They don't hold anything back. So, Ian mentioned this, and Doug was right with us during his whole time here with us, meeting with the city. This town of Clear Lake works together. That's how we survive. That's how we rise to the top. If you don't have that in a town of 7,600, you don't have a town. And we've got that town, and all of you folks here know what it is, and you have to continue to support all of us within this community. Not just school and city government, but it's the business folks, it's the individual people, it's those who are just getting started in business, and there's a whole variety of those who have come back to Clear Lake who are the gray hairs. And we have quite a cross section here that we have to deal with, and that's what makes it the town that it is. Just a few words regarding Doug. I thought that over the years many things have improved and have improved citywide because of his leadership there as superintendent. We had wonderful athletics that's come to the top and has stayed there for a number of years and will continue to grow. We've got, and I talk about this all the time, but when Doug came in, I said, Doug, we need an FFA program here. He said, I'm already working on it. And he surely did. And that program, I believe, is not just for those that are going to go out and farm or be in agriculture, but it's for everyone. And that's where these young people really learn how to express themselves to other people and to other groups. And that really was a good choice of his. And you can go on and on with all the collaborative things that we did with him from the time when the school board president Tony Brownlee and Doug came down and talked to our city administrator and myself, and they said, hey, we're coming down, we want to talk to you about an athletic idea. All right, come on down. So they came down, and that's when Tony Brownlee said, we want to build a wellness center on the south end of the wrestling gymnasium. Will you work with us? And I very quickly said, why, yes, we will do that. And that's how that whole thing got going, with a short conversation, because we already knew each other and what each other could do. And now look how successful that athletic wellness center is. Some of us get there at 6 in the morning. Some of us forget to get there at 6 in the morning. But
Thanks for calling me
know,
out.
it's a great, great place, and what an addition to that. I also want to pinpoint Jason Heitland, and I know everybody's a band are going to shoot me here, but the choral groups that he has up there are absolutely outstanding. I can recall the event that they had here at the Surf this spring. I don't know how many young people are in that chorus, but there were a lot of them. Filled that whole stage here at the Surf and all along the sides, and that place was full, not with people who wanted to dance or listen to Chinese rock and roll or something like that, but they were here to listen to that choral group sing. And what a great job Doug did. And hearing Ian speak this morning, we've got a person who's going to follow him right up, and here we go. Another good superintendent there. I want to talk a little bit about, she's going to get the hook about the city awards, because we work together. And I want to compliment Libby, who chairs up the tourism section of the Chamber of Commerce here. Tori nominated the city and nominated a public area here, and nominated a business here with regard to the Iowa, you gotta help me, Libby, Iowa
Tourism Industry Partners.
Tourism, what's the next word?
Industry.
Industry Partners. And that covers the entire state, and they check on tourism all across the state and all in the individual communities. And as a result of that, they chose 3 out of this town of 7,600 this year to be winners. One was the city, and that was primarily with regard to the restoration of Clear Lake. That's what got me on board here back in 2006. Stop and think, if we didn't have that lake out there, this would be just another town in the middle of a sea of corn and soybeans. But it's there. It's one of the 3 natural lakes in the state of Iowa. As one senator said years ago, this is one of the sovereign lakes in this state, and we cannot let it deteriorate anymore. And that's when the restoration started. And to that point, from then, about the middle of 1995, when Dr. Doughan did the study on this lake, to the beginning of the restoration, which started in 2006. Prior to that, a gentleman flew his private plane over there and he said, our lake is turned green. That's not how a lake should look, especially a natural spring-fed lake. And that's what really got me going. And this spot opened up, and I ran for election at that time. And since that time, we have never stopped. The community has never stopped working on the restoration of that lake to the tune of over $25 million total. That's fed, state, local, and local meaning the county government, City of Clear Lake, Ventura, private monies, as well as the Association for the Preservation of Clear Lake. Lots of private money have gone into that. The lake was dredged, as many of you know, and now we're getting back there, and it's so clean now, we're having trouble with weeds. But that will be taken care of as well. We now have hired a part-time person to be the watershed director. So that lake has to keep going for this town, I believe, to succeed. So we got the trophy or whatever they gave us down there for the amount of work that the whole city did in restoring that lake. And we've got some people here today that are going to talk about the other 2 that I have just mentioned. The ribbon cutting that we had the other day for the Jade Apartments. 98 apartments have gone up within a year's time. And I believe at least 1/3 of them already are spoken for. What a wonderful place that was, what a wonderful ribbon cutting that was. You know, another part of Clear Lake that's growing. Yes, there are 3 other housing developments on the go as well, and that's what we needed to have here and will have. I'm not going to go on much further with all the other stuff. I could take an hour. I really have to double hook on that. 4th of July celebration coming up. Make sure you take part in that. Somehow or other, take part in that. If you want to teach people how to play bingo, they've got a lot of openings. But you know, this is where we really excel for what is it, 5-6 days, let's say a whole week. And with a carnival around the city park, we have things going on at that city stage, rock and roll and people singing, and that whole gold piece that I call City Park in a brand renovated, you might say new, band shell and Lakeview room. If you haven't seen that yet, get down there before there's too many people to take a look at it. But that's where it all begins, certainly on the 4th of July, and will rock on, you might say, right on down the line. I have to put this out for Stacy, but that new building's coming along, maybe a little slower than what we thought, but it's going to get there. And now there's a great big hole, a nice light right on through there to Ellie's. But, you know, if you have a few shekels that you want to share, put them in the pot there for that building. And that's going to be a wonderful place, and these people truly do need that. Last thing, get out, support your communities, support small businesses. Get up to North Iowa Central Gardens and just look at that 2.7 acre piece of ground, up from the 2 buildings that burned down to a wonderful, wonderful piece of Clear Lake there. Glad to see you this morning. Have a great summer. Let's rock on. Here we go.
So I always appreciate the mayor's humility. So yes, an award was won, but that award was elected official of the year. And that elected official was Mayor Nelson Crabb because of the leadership that he showed in restoring the lake. So let's give him his proper congratulations. All right, we've got Schreck to give us a walk around the economic development initiatives going around North Iowa.
I'll do my best to try to be as straight as the mayor. But no, thank you. Thanks, Stacy. Thanks, everybody. And, you know, I guess I'll just give a real quick update as best I can. My list keeps getting longer. But Wednesday, we had our annual meeting for the corridor right here in the surf ballroom. Just an awesome event. We had the most attendees we've ever had it, about 215 to 20. Just great energy, packed out that room, which was really, really cool for us. So we really appreciate the support everyone has. Tried to give a quick overview of what the corridor is working on over the last couple of months. We've been doing our strategic plan update with the board, really trying to hone in on where our priorities are, what we can be best doing to serve North Iowa and our communities, and really focused in on business growth and attraction, which continues to be what we do in economic development. We're trying to help make sure your businesses are successful and grow here in North Iowa. And then when we have that, we can recruit new ones and make sure that they can grow and be successful in our communities. Talent population. As we do surveys, we talk to all of you, we meet with our businesses. That continues to be a huge issue. We know you all need new workforce and attractive people, human people. Really appreciated what Ian said and the partnerships that we've had with the school over the past 10 years, and continuing to grow those and create those opportunities for our students to see why they should be here in North Iowa. Don't be afraid to let them go to college. Go get experience in some of the big cities and all of that. When I was a kid growing up in rural Iowa, that's what they told me. Go to college, go get experience. Well, they didn't say get experience. They said go somewhere else. Go to Des Moines, go to Omaha, go to Chicago, Minneapolis to be successful, right? And that was the dumbest message we ever told our kids, honestly. It's great to go there, check it out, experience it. And I think within 5 years, you'll start to realize how good you had it back here in Clear Lake or Mason City or North Iowa. And I think as long as we're showing our students that they can do that, they can come back here, they can invest, they can grow, they have opportunities, we're going to be really successful and be able to grow. And really, demographically, we've seen 50 years, right, where it's been going the wrong direction. Well, this past year, we actually gained in our county, not a lot, maybe 25, but it was the right direction. And if we can keep on pushing in that way, we'll be doing well. And housing is a huge part of that. The mayor touched on the J departments. That's been incredibly successful, great partnership with the team over there. We've had over 500 units put up between Mason City and Clear Lake in the last 4 or 5 years, and we're going to continue. We've got a trajectory for at least 100 units a year over the next 3 to 5. So we need to continue building on that success. I've had people ask, what is it too much? And only once we stop getting people to buy those units. And so far, we haven't hit that threshold. And we've continued to see developers that want to be here, they want to grow in North Iowa. So that's incredibly important for us. As the corridor, as our cities, we'll continue to push hard for that. One of the exciting things that we have in Clear Lake, our team worked with the city to apply to Iowa Economic Development Authority's Thriving Communities program. Last year, we worked with the city of Mason City, and they got that designation, and it was incredible the amount of project activity that program itself drove. Essentially, that gives us extra credit points for various state programs and federal housing programs. So when developers see that, and they know, hey, we've already got like 5 extra points on a scale of 100, it gives them a huge leg up, and it gives them a lot more certainty that they get funded for their projects. So we'll be taking a team of 6 of us down to Des Moines in July to interview for that process and hopefully get that designation. So we're really excited for that. I think that could be a big deal for our community. We've already started lining up some potential developers based on that, and we'll be ready to rock as soon as we get awarded, if we get awarded that designation. So really a big deal for our community. On the housing side also, we've got the Housing Development Corporation. Shelly Oldman's on our team, really helps to drive that. We did our initial project, but that was in Mason City. We had gotten 3 houses that we moved off the site that they were going to be demolished. We were able to get those houses, move them to 3 previously empty or vacated spaces. We've already sold off 2 of those houses, and we've got the 3rd one getting ready for sale here over the next week. So first one got sold to a first-time 22-year-old home buyer, wanted to stay in our community, which was awesome to help make that happen. And then the second one got sold to a local family, and this 3rd one we'll see. That one's going to be on the market for about $135,000. So again, just a way for us to save some housing, get single family housing. We've done so good on the apartment side, but we really need to get affordable single family housing on the market as well. As everybody knows that market has gone crazy, and it's really hard for people to get on the ground floor. So that organization is really doing some cool stuff for us. My favorite part of our annual meeting, though, was really the opportunity to recognize Mayor Crabb and Mayor Schreck over in Mason City. As everybody probably heard by now, the mayor made his announcement that he's not running again. So it was just really cool to be able to recognize those guys for their incredible service to our communities. Pretty much any of these amazing things that he mentioned this morning and over the last 20 years, the 10 plus years I've been here, can be pointed back to his leadership in this community and Mayor Schreck's positive leadership in Mason City, and that the collaboration that they've helped to push in gender, just the positive leadership they provide our communities. So just wanted to take a moment to thank the mayor again. And like when everybody stood up and was giving them the standing ovation, he caught all the fields. It was the most amazing thing. So thank you, Nelson, for your leadership, your partnership. It's incredible what you've done. The other thing we got to recognize, Alliant Energy was announced as our corridor champion. So every year we do our investment campaign. Like everybody, we need to operate with your good grace and being so generous to us. But Alliant stepped up this year. They donated extra to help our cause. So it's really nice to recognize those guys. We do continue to have opportunities. If anybody would like to support our mission, we've got various investor tiers anywhere from $250 up to $15,000 and everything in between, or what we're beyond if you want to get real crazy. If you want to top out our top investor, you can get over $25,000. But seriously, if you have any interest in that, let me know. Or even individuals, friends of the corridor, $100 a year. So we appreciate anything that folks are interested in helping us with. Just a few quick things legislatively. The Iowa legislature this year, and Jane Bloomingdale is here today. We appreciate Jane's efforts know things can be a little crazy down in Des Moines or maybe over in DC, but Jane is always a steady influence and a steady and reasonable person to work with, so we really appreciate that. But a few things that happened this year that really impact economic development. They did do a whole new overhaul of the Iowa Economic Development Incentives program, which I think was overdue, honestly. Our program had gotten a little bit stale and a little bit behind the times. So on the business attraction side, we think that'll be more effective for how we can support new businesses and existing businesses growing their communities, more based on investment and the specifics of what the project is. The other cool thing that impacts Clear Lake directly potentially is the film tax credit program. And Jane was really the big pusher of that, so thanks for doing that. But with Renovo Studios being here in town and having lost some opportunities in that industry because we didn't have a film tax credit program, that could really pull us some really cool stuff and opportunities. And the other one that impacts us is the sustainable aviation fuel tax credit. In Mason City's industrial park, we've had some incredible opportunities in that realm, and that's kind of the future, the next stage of ethanol and biofuels. So that can really pay dividends for us as well. And then finally, we took a group of us from North Iowa to Washington, D.C. here 2 months ago already, a month and a half ago, and about 20 of us from Mason City, Clear Lake, and the county. And really, just a great opportunity to meet with leaders, obviously, in their Senate and House delegations and their staffs, also at DOT, USDA, and various other federal departments. And that trip is really important to what we do because it helps us to create those relationships. It's easy to get jaded about DC and all of that, but when you go and you meet with the people, it helps them to recognize that we're here, we're on the map, we are involved, and we want to be a part of what they're doing and provide positive solutions. And they've been really receptive to that. And it also helps when we have an issue, and now we call them, and they know who we are. And they know who that face is, because they're probably getting thousands of calls and emails and everything else a week. But when they actually know who they're dealing with, they're more likely to respond to us. And we've seen that. Literally the week after we got back, Jacob, the acting city administrator, got a call back about a program, some funding stuff that was getting held up over there, and they got resolved right away. So those kind of things are just really helpful to us. So yeah, just an incredible opportunity right now in North Iowa. We know that times are getting crazy all over the world, but we are just a unique place. We can be different than that, and we have been. And I think we'll continue to see that positive momentum going forward. So really appreciate everything you guys do for the community, and appreciate Stacy's partnership.
All right, now I have the opportunity to introduce today's quarterly coffee sponsor and one of our investing partners. So, Richard, you want to come up? We'll hear a little bit about what they've got going on in and around the community.
You're going to get a 1-2 punch. Joe is with us today, so he'll come up in a bit, maybe an overview. But if you don't know who I am, nice to meet you all. I'm Ellen Pritchard Sedlock. I am 5th generation with Pritchard Companies and Director of Retail Operations here in North Iowa. Our slogan is, we are nationally known, locally grown, and that couldn't be more true without the roots that we have here in North Iowa. We have been very busy the last year between Clear Lake and Mason City. We acquired Schreck Chevrolet in Mason City, which is Volkswagen and Chevrolet. The history behind that dealership, I was down with Ford, and in 1948 there's a published article of Pritchard's of Mason City out of that location. So a lot of family business, a lot of family history here locally, and we retained the staff. Emily Schreck is still with us, so continuing that generational journey as well for them. And then here in Clear Lake, we acquired Harrison Ford, which is also a full circle moment. Joe built the dealership. We'll have to date it because I was in college and wasn't on my mind. That's such a monumental thing, and now we have it today. With us, we have our sales manager, Jason Roll. He's also our Ford manager. He's recognized by Ford as one of the top managers for that OEM. And Pete Cash, who is our service and parts director at that location. Both are here in North Iowa, have families, wrestlers, they're, families that are growing in North Iowa, and we truly believe in that vision. As well as at Clear Lake Ford, you'll see a lot of familiar faces. We retained the majority of that staff, so it's still the friendly faces that you've met there. As well as that, we have Lake Life Rentals downtown. You'll see golf carts all over and e-bikes. That business is really picked up with the leadership of Nate Lemon, also from North Iowa. 4th of July, they're gone. So we had a huge weekend. Thanks for everyone's support. But continuing to support us throughout the summer. It's a lot of fun. Matt Sedlock is here with the Lake State Golf Course. On your tables, you'll see some information about membership. We recently partnered with True, who is a golf management company across the nation. So the course is absolutely phenomenal. We encourage you to go out and take a look at it. Maybe not today or tomorrow, it's a little wet. But we've done some amazing things to help support this community, and we appreciate the support of the community as well. With that, I'm going to kick it to Joe to answer any overarching questions and CEO type questions. But thank you to the communities, and being a part of boards with a lot of familiar faces here. This is a really tight-knit community, and you can always pick up the phone and someone will have an answer.
Thank you, Ellen. Good morning, everyone. First, I want to recognize the Chamber for doing an outstanding job for North Iowa. We call North Iowa our hometown, and we live it and breathe it. And without a core, strong city, county, and Chamber of Commerce, things that we do can't be done. Our goal is transportation as a service, and that's what we strive to do. And 70% of our business is focused on a national level, but 30%, which is our core business, is done right here in North Iowa. And we just strive every day to be your provider as transportation as a service. And that's what I challenge our employees every day to do. One of our core values is relationships first. And those relationships are built around people around this room. And it's very important to us, because without a strong backbone in your local Main Street community, it's hard to have that strong backbone elsewhere. And, it's really pretty simple for us. And I've got to throw this in here with the bicycle company. They're EV bikes, but they welcome me to the team, and it's the first week on the job, and I'm already their lead spokesperson. That's a dad joke. Bicycles, lead spokesperson, spokes of the bike. I guess I relate better to my 11-year-old grandkids. But that business is doing really well, and we love to provide the future of mobility right here in North Iowa as our test track. So it's been said up here many a times, without a strong chamber or a strong city, we would just be another town of 7,500 people. Well, we've made it our job to make this our ecosystem. We brought over 150 employees and centered them in the Clear Lake Mason City area, and we've invested heavily in the community. And one of the things that I want everyone here to know about is we now schedule team visits with our customers. Rather than going to see them, we bring them here. And we bring them here for Thursdays on Main. We bring them here for long weekends. And I can tell you our closing rate is 100%. If we can get those customers here, they call it a Norman Rockwell setting. And they just can't believe it. And that's a tough stat to have, 100% closing rate. And it's interesting, and this relates to the Chamber of Commerce. Our position is we don't expect you to do business with us. We expect an opportunity to do business with you. I challenge this team. They're 100% empowered, especially with the late life rentals. They'll pick up the phone 24 hours, 7 days a week, take care of our customers. It's easy to say, but if you surround yourself with great employees, invest in them, they'll do the work. And we completely have to evolve every day. That's why you see transport. We got scooters, we've got mini bikes, we have bikes, we have golf cars, we have mopes, we have regular cars, we have heavy trucks. And transportation in our world is changing daily. And if we don't change to meet the customer where the customer wants to do business, I would say that's our biggest challenge as a small town. We're fortunate to do business in Clear Lake where we draw hundreds of thousands of people. We're also fortunate to do business in small communities around North Iowa. Some have a population of 2,000. They don't have this benefit where they bring those people and those consumers to our front doors. So it's a huge advantage that Clear Lake has over the other communities that are challenged, that don't have a lake in their backyard. We're very proud of them as well. They've stood up to the challenge and adapted their position with the customers. And, we have tough decisions to make. And I had to write this quote down because it's so applicable to everyone in this room. But it's on the original Palm Pilot.
We got that one.
Okay, I just got to know the crowd. The best math that you can learn to figure today is how it's going to affect the cost of your current decision. And if you think about that, some of the decisions you have to make as business owners today are for decisions 5 years down the road. You have to make those tough decisions now to make you relevant, to be there. Amazon is a good customer of ours. We just had them in with their expansion into the Mason City area, which is going to be a huge advantage for them. But we look at that as a threat. So we can look at it as a threat, or we can look at it of how we adjust our business to welcome the people that come in your doors every day. July 8th through July 11th, and I learned this, is equal to, that's Amazon days. I didn't realize that because I just don't do that. I'm old school. I like to see your face and do business that way. I wish I could say that sometimes about my wife. I call it Amazon sometimes. Anyway, that period of time is bigger for them than Christmas. Now just think about that. They're targeting your customers, our customers, July 8th through 11th. So I didn't realize that. When I learned that, how do you adjust and how do you combat that as a small business owner? That you can offer the same things and just live by, what I, challenge our team to do is we don't expect anyone's business, but we expect the opportunity to earn your business. So with that, I'll answer any questions that you want to know about what we have going on with Pritchard Companies. Owen did a great job. We're all ears.
They'll probably find you after.
Okay, that's great. I'll be hanging around. Thank you.
Hopefully you're not following along on the agenda because it looks like I went a little bit rogue earlier by inviting Melinda up. So we are moving on to the rapid fire portion of our agenda. So with this portion, we do invite everyone who's part of that agenda section to line up over here so you can just pass the mic from one to the other. So if you are introducing a new employee or announcing a promotion, I invite you to come stand up over here. All right, so our new employee and promotions. We have our Clear Lake Bank and Trust group. Might get our Clear Lake Bank and Trust group up here, and then we'll go ahead and continue down the line. Good morning, Amy.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Amy Kern. I work in human resources at Clear Lake Bank and Trust, and I am super pleased this morning to be able to welcome our 2025 intern group. Clear Lake Bank and Trust has a long history of an internship program that really helps kind of bolster our staff in the summer, provides great opportunities for college students to get some experience in a professional work environment. And they're also out in the community as extra hands for us at Clear Lake Bank and Trust as we're doing our community work. So I'd like each one of them to introduce themselves a little bit here.
Hi everybody, my name is Ella Turk. I am the Teller Operations Intern in the Mason City locations. I'm originally from Mason City, so it's exciting to get back here this summer, be with family. In my role, I have been learning a lot about what a teller does and understanding that position, as well as how to provide great customer service while I am home this summer. I currently go to Iowa State. I'm studying math and actuarial science. I am going into my 3rd year doing that, and I absolutely love it so far. Some other things that I've learned a lot about bank operations and the different positions available, which has been exciting. I invite you guys to come out and say hi to me at either Mason City location. You have a 50-50 shot at finding me at one. So stop by, and I'd love to help you guys with your banking needs.
Alrighty, tough to follow. My name is Kelly Rooney. I'm a marketing and PR intern. I'm originally from Rockford, Iowa. I will be a senior in the fall at the University of Iowa. Go Hawks. And yes, go Hawks. One of the favorite things to learn so far is setting up for events and all the time and effort that goes into planning events. So if you ever see a Clear Lake kind of booth or anything, tell Chris your eye. Good job, because there is so much that goes into it.
Hello everyone, my name is Brayden Banky. This is actually my 2nd year being an intern at the Clear Lake Bank and Trust. Last year I was a teller. This year I'm doing community banking, and it's fun because I get to learn about what happens behind the bank. And then last year I got to see what happened in the front of the bank. How about some of you guys in here? And the best part was winning the Human Foosball tournament.
Hello, my name is Sam Wood, and I'm from Garner, Iowa. I'm currently enrolled at Iowa State University, where I study business management and finance. And you can actually find me at the Clear Lake location, where I work as a teller intern. And I would just like to say that I've really enjoyed my time at the bank so far this summer. Whether that be getting involved in the community or working Thursdays on Main. One thing that stuck out to me the most is just seeing how the employees interact with each other on a day-to-day basis. Not only that, but with customers as well. So I'm just grateful to be a part of a bank that cares so much about its community and gets involved. And I just want to say thank you. So.
I love following up with well-spoken interns.
Yes.
We also have some interns at the Saragordo County Extension Office. I'm going to let them introduce themselves, but we also have a new full-time person. That's Kizzy. Go ahead and wait, and she'll introduce herself as well. So thanks for letting us be here, and go Cyclones.
Okay, yeah. So my name is Natalie Pullen. I'm a rising star intern at the office, and I'm working both in Saragordo and North counties. I have a couple projects. I'm working up with Hotel Winifred in Northwood, along with some bike trails. And then we're kind of working on the Master Gardeners program here in Saragordo. And I am an Iowa State student. I'm going to be a junior in the fall, and I'm studying graphic design.
Hi, my name is Amanda Blanchard. I'm a full year intern. I've been here since September. Just haven't made it out to movies yet. I'm not a morning person. I work with the Show Soft Buddies program, which is kids with disabilities partnering with regular 4-H kids, and they get to show their animals and just experience what 4-H is like. We're showing at Central Gardens on the 11th. No time yet, so y'all posted. And we're going to show at Fair on that Sunday. So if you guys want to come out and see, you guys are more than welcome. They would love to have you there. And I am currently at IAC, and then I plan to go to UNI for a special education major.
My name is Kizzy Jansen, and I started in February at the Iowa State University Extension and Outreach Office, and I'm the nutrition educator. So I do adult education and youth education with the kids in the kitchen. I've been fortunate enough to be able to get into the schools and do some programs, and then this summer I'm at the community kitchen and at the YMCA in Mason. So I'm excited to be here, and it's been really fun so far. So I'm excited to get out there even more.
Nailed it. Good morning. I just wanted to take a couple minutes, no, I'm just kidding, to introduce our new Director of Nursing. Tracy Patton is not new to Clear Lake. She worked on the fire department for about 10 years, has been a nurse for over 20, left town, went did multiple different things, and found her way back to us. She actually came back to Clear Lake to be our Director of Nursing at Oakwood. So we are very thrilled to have her, and I wanted to introduce her.
It's really good to be back here in Clear Lake. We're the community that raised me when I was a little girl. My dad being in public eye my whole life. I'm just really excited to be back here and be serving as the Director of Nursing at Oakwood, where I actually started. Super excited. I'm glad to be back. And thank you.
If I made 2 of these talk, I'd have 2 less employees by the time I got back to the salon. Hi, my name is Renee Kramer. Good morning, everyone. It's a little dicey this morning. We had sirens going off in Clear Lake and in Mason City. This one could barely get because Mason was full of water and flooded. So glad we're all here. I have Hair & Company, which has been in business since 1968. So we want to talk about matriarchs and backbones. I'm a product of that. The infamous Chris and Dewey started that business, and luckily enough, I took it over. I also started in 1991 in that little white building that we just tore down. I was at Hair Shanny. Hair West is following right behind. We were all at like 1968, 1971, 1972. And what holds us all together the best is we all work so well together. We support one another. That is imperative. Clear Lake has a bar that is set so high. You young people, because I see a lot of you do know me, we will hold you to that standard no matter what you're doing in this town, whether it's the funeral home, which they put on a funeral here of almost 500 people on Tuesday, phenomenal. Whether it's salons, whether it's the bank, our chamber, thank you. If you are a young person struggling, look to your chamber, they will help you. All right, I'm going to start off with Brenda Lopez is our newest employee. She just started. She specializes in bridal styles and signature color. We're going to get her full time. We're going to pull her out of Winnebago so she can fulfill her life dream. That's important. I have Taylor Furricks, who has been with us off and on for 10 years. She has been our matriarch of our bridal department. She has set us apart in the bridal industry for Hair & Company. She also does color corrections, and she took this whole hammers and heels things and set it on its head. We have awards that she did for the makeup and the hair, so I couldn't be prouder. At the end of the day, I have my sweet Sherry, who has been with Hair & Company for 16 years. She had to leave for 7 to go raise her family in Monroe, Wisconsin. But without the loyalty, and I mean that to my core, the loyalty that people have for the industry, for the people who set you apart, I couldn't do this without them. Thank you. Summer's coming. Going to be 104, everybody. Hang on. Have a great day.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Mark Doughan, CEO at One Vision. I have 2 introductions to make this morning. I'm going to start with introducing Kathy Hauge. Kathy has been hired to serve as our senior living manager for our Glen Oaks community. We're very excited to have Kathy join the organization. I'm going to give her a moment to just share a little bit about herself.
Hi, like Mark said, my name is Kathy. I was born and raised in Doughan. I'm very excited to be working in Clear Lake. It's an amazing community. I have a background in mental health counseling as well as senior living, so I'm extremely excited to bring this opportunity and be able to meet with each and every one of you, or if you have somebody that is interested in Glen Oaks community, I would be extremely excited to set up a tour and get to meet you and your loved ones.
And I want to make one last introduction, although she wasn't able to make it this morning. We've hired a new wellness center coordinator. Her name is Abby Christians. And so if you're not familiar with the wellness center and the pool that we have there, please let us know. We have public memberships and those types of things, as well as being an amenity for Glen Oaks community. So the second introduction I want to make is Rebecca Edwards. One Vision has recently started a new business line. Many of you I've talked to about our smart living services. It's where we bring technology in and use technology in a collaborative way with in-person services to help support the folks that are living in the community to gain greater independence and be more included in the community, those types of things. It's really a cool way of delivering services. If you're not familiar with it, reach out, let us know. We'd love to talk to you more about it. It's absolutely phenomenal. Because we've had such a great experience with that, we've decided to start a consulting business. So we're working to work with other intellectual developmental disability providers in Iowa and the surrounding states to learn more about that and maybe implement that service line for them. Rebecca is the director of our Smart Living Consulting Services, and I'm going to give her an opportunity to share just a little bit about herself.
I'm Rebecca Edwards. I have 10 years of experience in the mental health department. I helped develop a telehealth platform for behavioral health interventions during COVID. I was born and raised in Estherville, Iowa, over by Boje, always say, because it's that. I am very happy to be here. I am getting to know a little bit more about the One Vision and absolutely enjoying it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good morning, I'm Denise with Waypoint Medical, and throwing a little off here because I was going to open with a joke, but Dr. Brady just messaged me and said that they're watching from the clinic, so I'd have to hold on. I wanted to just give a shout out to the Chamber, the community connection that's going on this morning with everyone kind of speaking so proudly and highly of that. That's what we're really here to do as well. If you're familiar with us, we're out on the highway, Waypoint Medical, we're a private clinic. Love serving our community and the local communities and the feedback that we get from that. Wanted to share a couple things that we've got going on. Dr. Brinkley at the clinic, he does DOT exams, flight physicals, the class on the flight physicals, first class, second class, third class. There's been a lot of new rules, I guess, with how you can get in the air or put things in the air with drones and things like that going on. So if you are needing those flight exams, he does do those. And then a couple more services to add. I know last time we were here, we talked about our M-Sculpt and M-Cella. We've had a tremendous outcome with those devices. We are bringing now solutions to the face and other areas of the body. So stay tuned, there's going to be more to come out on that. But as we develop that, I want to introduce Estella. She's joined our clinical team, and right along with that community connection and knowing how you feel about different things and making decisions now for growth. Estella actually got in touch with me about some interest in a position we had open, and we got together, we met, and it was that immediate connection that you knew that might not be the role that we're going to put you in, but we know we need you. And so we are really, really excited to have Estella on the clinical team and going to be driving things forward with us. So I'll let her introduce herself.
Hi, everybody. I am Estella Doughan, and I see some friendly faces out there. You probably remember me through LifeServe Blood Center. I was a director of operations for 17 years. So I finally decided it was time to kind of slow down and get back to the community, and I'm really excited to be a part of Waypoint and see the exciting things that are coming along. They have some new procedures. some new exciting, I don't want to say experimental things, but some just some fun health new things to come along. So along with the cosmetic side that they're starting, we're going to be a part of like introducing like health things. How can you guys go ahead and continue with some of the progress that we're making with your nutritional side of it, your weight management, all of that kind of stuff. So it's exciting. I'm excited to work with Denise and Dr. Brady and Dr. Brinkley along with this. And I mean, you guys have a gem here in Clear Lake. I mean, to have a private practice, to walk in and have some providers that actually care about the community, care about their patients, know you by name. It's a wonderful family atmosphere. So if you're looking for, to get away from the corporate world and to come and be a part of a small business that actually cares about your physical, mental, and well-being, come check out Waypoint because they're a wonderful group to work with. So thank you. No, I'm excited to be here.
Yep. Hi, I recognize a lot of faces out there. I'm sure that some of you might know me from as the journalist for the Local Gazette and from the Bulletin Reporter. Every time I think that I'm about ready to retire, a new chapter in my life opens up. And that is what has happened now. I was hired fairly recently as the new director for the Kinney Pioneer Museum. So this is just my second week on the job. And I just wanted to kind of introduce myself. My name is Mary Logan. Kinney Pioneer Museum is a key point of interest in North Iowa. And that is one thing I do want to point out. We are not just a city or a county-wide museum. We represent some of our art, I want to say artifacts. Some of our exhibits represent all of North Iowa. And so we are embarking on a 3-year journey of rebuilding and reconnecting to better tell our region's story. I know that a lot of people that have come in maybe in the last few years, one comment that I hear a lot of is, well, it's the same thing. You know, you guys, it's always the same thing. And I just want to point out that the museum and history, by its very nature, history doesn't change. However, that doesn't mean that our museum doesn't have to. My goal, my personal goal is I'm tongue-tied right now. My personal goal is I would like to bring history into the 21st century. And that is meaning that over the next, it's going to move in stages, but I would like to start taking some of our exhibits and making them more interactive so that they appeal more to a younger generation. I would like to start moving some of these exhibits around. I would like to try to bring some of our things more to the forefront. That being said, I just wanted to follow up on something that Joel Pritchard was saying about their electric bicycles. I believe that our museum has one of the first electric bicycles. It was from 1942, and it was during the war years. He built this as a way to conserve gas because at that time, gasoline was only allowed at 2 gallons a week. So, and it was a Clear Lake man that actually created this bicycle. So it all ties back. Like I was saying, this is just my second week. I am very much in the dark about how a lot of this stuff runs, but that isn't going to stop me from trying to take the museum forward. So what I'm hoping is that a lot of the businesses that are out there, if there is a way that you can think of that you could maybe tie in with or help the museum in any way, I know that there's connections to be made everywhere. I'm asking for your help, and I'm also, if anybody has any suggestions or anything that they would like to share with me or come out and visit with me, I'm out at the museum every day from almost noon to 6 o'clock. So I welcome your input, and thank you very much for your time.
You had it at your Kinney Pioneer Museum years ago, and you would find something new every time you go. So Now I'm going to welcome our new members section of the agenda to come on up, and then why don't we have our special updates and things of interest get up so we can keep this moving along and get you guys out of here on time as we move through the rapid fire portion of the agenda. All right, I'm looking and I'm not seeing any of our new members here. Oh, yes, there we go, there's one. Josh. And his swanky new gear.
Yes.
All right.
Good morning. My name is Joshua Thomas. Along with my better half over there before me, we started watchdog inspections. We do home inspections for home buyers, home sellers, or anyone that just wants to know what's going on with their home. We're out in Mason City. Let's see, I'm originally from Dallas, Texas. Moved here 2 years ago. Job contract that I got while I was working with Adam at Courtney. I've been in the home industry for the better part of 13 years, so whether that's construction, remediation, you name it, I know the inside out homes. If you have any questions, we have a website, watchdoginspectionsia.com. Other than that, thank you.
Good morning. Hi. So I'm here with Cabin Coffee today, and we just wanted to announce to everyone, if you didn't already know, we have rolled out a new food menu. It's our first major update in 20 years, and we are so excited to bring new flavors. You can still find a lot of your favorite classics. Got a lot of that stuff still on the menu, or we can adjust things to get to those old favorites that you like. But we definitely are bringing in some new things for the community. One of those items is avocado toast, which we did bring samples of today. So please stop back and have a try on that. And then on your table, you'll also find splitties. It is a free lunch item for each and every one of you. This is good for the next 2 weeks. So go ahead and order one of our new lunch items on the app. And then we also wanted to say a big thank you to Libby and the Chamber for nominating us for the Iowa Tourism Service Excellence Award. Cabin Coffee, our 8 locations in Iowa, we're very honored to receive that award and very proud to serve our community. Thank you.
Hi, good morning. I'm Jenny Crabb with the West Central Gardens of North Iowa.
And Becky Dornish, you speak first. Okay, we're excited again. This Sunday, in the hot, windy, outdoor space, we will have our annual garden party. This is our only major fundraiser of the year. We are a 90% run organization with volunteers, and yet it takes $156,000 to support the gardens to keep it going. So your memberships, your donation, your participation in the auction helps us greatly. We are excited to have live music, light luncheon, beverages of your choice, desserts, and some of our auction items are Iowa State tickets, yay, football, and Clear Lake Experience baskets. We're very thankful to many businesses who donated a gift certificate to get other members of the community into their businesses. They've been very supportive of that. And so please come. Bring your own fan. We'll have plenty of water and ice and wind. And so if you have your tickets, I thank you very much. If not, I do have tickets with me today. Thank you.
There's also a card on your table with a QR code you can scan to get tickets real quick. Don't hesitate to do that. So I also wanted to mention that thanks to Libby Hall, who nominated Central Gardens for an award that was presented to us on June 10th, along with Cabin Coffee and Mayor Crabb. So we were in really good company from the Iowa Travel Industry Partners organization for sustainability. So if you are familiar with Central Gardens, you know about all of our efforts with the Be Happy Discovery Garden, all of our children's programs, All of our practices are organic gardening. So just really honored to win this prestigious award and thankful for the Chamber for its nomination.
All right, we are to our final section of the agenda. So if you are upcoming events and programs, I'm going to invite you to come on up. Well, just based on my 2-minute predictions of everyone speaking, we will get out of here on time. So first up, we have Ashley Page.
Good morning, I'm Ashley Page with the Nyakapa John Center. Just a couple quick updates. We do have Idea Camp next week and the following week. This is for incoming 6th grade through outgoing 8th grade. It's a day camp. We have 3 of them going on. One is June 24th at Mason City, one is June 27th in Forest City, and one is July 2nd in Charles City. So we try to spread them around. So if you are sick of your middle schoolers right now with the summer and you want to get them out of the house, off electronics, and work through some business ideas, and have to publicly speak, send them my way. There, I'll leave these over on the bar. You can scan a QR code to sign them up. If that says it's closed, shoot me an email. We can make room for them. And then looking to the fall, we have Venture School registration is open, and that'll start September 4th. So if you are in business, wanting to start a business, or have a new product line that you might want to test out the market, sign up for Venture School.
Hi, I'm Lisa Riggin, not Joshua's son, as it says on the thing, but I am a board member of the Iowa Independent Film Festival. We've been going on for 18 years. For the last 5 years, we've been here in Clear Lake as well, consistently. We have 10 board members, and 9 of us judge the films to debate and decide which ones make the cut. This year we have 152 films that have been submitted, and only 50 of those will make it. So we're very selective in what we show. The festival takes place Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, September 4th, 5th, and 6th. And it begins with the local film night over in Mason City at the library, where we show films that obviously get local. And then on Friday and Saturday, we have 25 hours of programming 12 hours of programming each day. And then we show the full slate of films here in Clear Lake as well as Mason City, but you have to go to different ones because we have so many. You either go to one Mason City or Clear Lake. And at the end we have parties, and the party after Friday nights will be here at the Boulevard. There are 250 plus attendees who come to us, so that make an impact on Airbnbs, restaurants, shops, and more. And we have sponsors for the festival. I left some sponsor sheets out on some of the tables, just to let you know we are a nonprofit, and you can give in-kind donations, or you can do ads in the we put it online as well as in our programs. So if there are any questions, I'll hang around a little bit, but we'd really love to have some more participation from the community for the festival. It's a really great event. I'd love to see you there. We'll have tickets too.
Good morning, my name is Brianna Shalley. I work at the Clear Lake Public Library, and I'm here to talk about summer reading. So when you think of summer reading, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Prizes. Books.
Oh yeah.
Most of the time I hear kids. And yes, we have over 400 kids that do summer reading program at the library, but it is truly for all ages. So all the teens, all the adults in the community, welcome to come to the library, and it is a 3-part program. So we run for 7 weeks. The reading log kicks off on Monday, so you can stop in and register. You can find us at Thursdays on May next week to register for summer reading. You'll get the reading log. As you complete the reading log, you earn chances to win raffle tickets and different prizes. There's grand prize drawings. It's a ton of fun. But in addition to the first 2 parts, the reading log and the prizes, on your sheet there is all of the events for summer are on the table. The sheet for all the events for summer is there, and we've got a fantastic lineup. So this year's
theme is Level Up at Your Library. It's all puzzles and games themed. So if you've ever wanted to be on a game show, think Deal or No Deal, Price is Right, Wheel of Fortune, all those things. We've got Game Show Party happening this summer. You get to become the live studio audience in the library meeting room for a chance to earn prizes. There's Clear Lake trivia involved, so that's going to be a super fun program. Next Thursday, we're kicking off with a board game creation workshop. So if you love to play board games, your family is a board game family, you've got friends that you like to play games with, you can come and make a board game start to finish on Thursday. It starts at 1 o'clock. It is totally free. Our Friends of the Library sponsors everything throughout the summer, so there's no cost to anyone to participate in anything. And the other two that are particularly interesting for the adult population here is the Dealt Hand. If anyone's ever heard of them, out of Des Moines, they are a board game company, and they are coming up. Joe owns probably thousands of board games at this point. But he's got them from all over, so he's got board games out of the European market and things we've never heard of here. He will bring hundreds of board games on Monday, the 30th, from 4 to 7, so stop by after work, learn how to play a new board game. He can teach you how to play any game in less than 15 minutes, including Catan. So there's a lot to learn from Joe. And later on in the summer, he's bringing a brand new program that is a murder mystery party, but the catch is there's no script. So you sign up, you show up, and you get to create this entire script on the spot. So you have no idea who's going to get murdered or what the storyline is until you show up that evening. So it's going to be a really fun program, and I hope to see you all this summer.
You didn't tell me this was going to be such a good-looking group. In fact, it's so good-looking. Why don't you turn to somebody at your table and say, "Good morning, good-looking." Do it. My name is Gary Harris, and I'm here representing the Clear Lake Community Lions. And a couple things that you need to know about us: we were established on 5 pillars of faith and work for the community and stuff like that, which is diabetes, cancer. Help me out here.
Vision, hunger.
Hunger, there we go. And we have the environment. And there's one other one in there. But anyway, trust me, there's 5 of them.
You got it.
Good morning, good looking. Lions have been active in Clear Lake for 100 years, over 100 years right now and everything. A couple of things that you might have a little bit of trivia. At one time, the Lions owned where the football field and athletic complex is right now. And at that time, the Clear Lake Athletics were called the Clear Lake Black and Gold. Lions donated a field to the Clear Lake High School, to the Clear Lake School District and everything, so they could have an athletic complex up there. And that's when the Clear Lake Black and Gold became the Clear Lake Lions. So that's just a little bit of trivia there that maybe you can win a drink someplace. Also, we the Clear Lake Lions. We held up our annual chicken barbecue and stuff like that. That's coming up the 3rd week in July, the 3rd Sunday in July. So if you need tickets to me or any Lions, we can take care of that. It's the 51st year that we've been doing that, so it's been going on for quite a while and everything. And another exciting thing that we're doing right now, we're in the middle of a membership drive campaign. We're looking for men and women that would be interested in helping, work for the community, do some things to benefit the people of the community, to benefit single people and everybody else, any way that we can help them. So if you'd be interested, let us know. We invite you to come have a luncheon with us and kind of check us out, see what you'd be interested in, and hopefully come and help us do that. So thank you very much.
Good morning, everybody. Wow, there's more people from this direction. My name is Dylan. I'm the Store Development Manager with One Vision for Solutions. And I'm here to talk to you today about our tax-free spree on August 2nd. So you guys all have a flyer on your tables. I'm going to go over that. Essentially, we're holding another event similar to what we do around Christmas time, what we did earlier this year for our rewards launch. Our goal is to have food, prizes, and some special events that I'm not ready to share quite yet. But we look forward to seeing you all around. There is a QR code to our social media on there. So if you guys could follow or share, I'd really appreciate it. Morning.
We're going to make this quick. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for having us today. And I'm going to read this so it doesn't get too long. All right. So, United Serve with Passion and Purpose is pleased to announce our third annual Bash at the Lake Music Festival, August 9th, from 11 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. We will have all kinds of activities for all ages, food vendors, and most of all, awesome music. Headlining Battle 2025 is a singer-songwriter from Northwestern Washington, Leanna Crawford. She had the #1 hit on the Christian Billboard Airplay. The name of the song is Stillwater. So I will turn it over to, I didn't mention my name. My name is Brett Martin.
We know who you are.
This is started.
Thanks, Chris. Also on the agenda for Bash at the Lake this year, we're really excited to welcome back our own Adam Frederick with Weather Guy Science as a popular act. He'll have more fascinating experiments, wow the crowd. And then we have traveling from all the way from Georgia, and the kids are going to love this. It's called Kids Blitz, and it's just really high energy, crowd pleasing participation event, games, gospel, and a good time for everyone. Coming from northern Minnesota, we have Presence Music Band, and their latest single, Down in the River, has reached new heights, playing over 100 stations in 8 countries. And then since we have published this flyer, we have an additional surprise, and we are so happy to welcome Pacific Island Worship. Now, there's a local connection here. We've got a group of people from Mason City. There will be other towns in Iowa and southern Minnesota that will come together. They will be in traditional dress. They gracefully move to music that narrates the story of the fortitude of their faith. You will not want to miss this. It's going to be amazing. A celebration of praise that bridges any differences and unites us as one family.
Thank you, Sharon. Good job. All right, so we also need about 150 volunteers for this event. Okay, so if you have a couple of hours or 4 hours, there's 2 and 4 hour shifts, and we want to thank all the sponsors. This is the 3rd annual, so we really appreciate all your support. It could be done with that. The chamber, of course, as always, and the city, they are a gem to work with. And I want to say one more thing. Mayor Nelson, congratulations on that award. We appreciate your service. It's 20 years. You have great character. You have great confidence. You're just a great, great leader for our community. And we appreciate all you do and know it's valued and appreciated very much. So thank you.
Good morning. I'm not on the agenda, but here from the other Lions Club, I want to put this out there. Clear Lake Evening Lions are doing a bubble walk for childhood cancer tomorrow at the beautiful Central Gardens from 11 to 3 o'clock. All proceeds are going to support families traveling for their cancer treatments, those kinds of things. Food truck, bubbles, fun, fun, great old family. So just want to throw that out there. Thanks.
All right, it's 9 o'clock, so I will make my remarks quick. I just wanted to announce we are entering a new realm of tourism in Clear Lake, agritourism. It's something we really haven't focused on ever before, other than maybe, the lake, I guess. But anyway, we are working with Jack Nicholas at the Surf to coordinate a crop tour as you're walking out to the crash site. We're doing an event called Evolution of the Heartland to kind of kick this off. It's a ticketed event, but the things that we're doing in that bus tour, we're trying to keep so people, when they come out to Clear Lake or they want to explore the crash site, they can also learn a little bit about agriculture. There's a lot of agritourism in the state of Iowa, so we're really looking forward to that. So we have connected with Iowa Corn. Soybeans are actually what's planted this year, but if you have any connections with ag or want to sponsor or help out with this event, just get a hold of me. Thank you very much for coming this morning.
I'm sorry, there was something that I forgot to mention, and this ties in exactly with our ag tourism. It's for our second event of the season this year. On our special Sundays, we are going to be doing replacing the car show with a tractor and antique farm equipment day, and that is going to be on Sunday, the 29th. And we invite, I've got these posters over there at the end of the counter to, for anybody that wants to pick these up. So I just wanted to let everybody know that.
All right, thanks everyone for coming. Have